Hello everybody, my name is Jane and I'm so happy to see you again on our YouTube channel. So when you consider a country to work as an English teacher, what is the first thing comes to your mind? Right, that's payment. That's why today we've selected the countries where you can get a decent salary as an English teacher. If you are interested, stay tuned. So definitely we have a lot of things on our plate today because I'm going to tell you about 15 countries where you can get a decent salary as an English teacher. But before we start, I would like to remind you that I'm recording this video for international certification. If you want to know more about us, go to our website, TEFL, TESOL But before we dive deeper into it, I would like to tell you some factors that influence teachers' salary as well. Because obviously money isn't the only thing that ESL teachers are after. And, teaching is highly respectful and rewarding job. That's why a lot of people opted for, not just because of money. Needless to say that professional development and previous teaching experience help us to be in demand everywhere. That's why an average salary for ESL teachers vary from country to country. So let's get familiar with the most important factors that impact teachers' salary. First of all, it's the type of institution where you work, education that you have, and a level of English that you can be proud of. Also, it depends on whether you have teaching experience or not and what kind of knowledge you have regarding learning approaches. However, when it comes to teaching abroad, even these options aren't enough to predict an average salary for ESL teachers. For example, such cosmopolitan cities as New York and California can provide impressive amount of money. However, taking into account the cost of living, it doesn't seem huge anymore. In other words, being a perfect candidate for English teaching position doesn't equal to being a millionaire, and definitely your years of practice and education will put you on the top. However, it's highly unlikely to make much money in a country with a low minimum wage. But there is a good news. Some top paying countries not only pay very well, but also provide other significant benefits such as free accommodation, food and flight reimbursement, and even medical insurance. And it's hard to deny that saving money on essentials like that will help you a lot. Working abroad let English teachers make from $2,000 to $6,000 a month. But as we mentioned, there are many things to consider before making a choice. The United Arab Emirates is one of the most sought after countries in the world. There are decent conditions with different benefits such as medical insurance, flight reimbursement, and a housing allowance. But when it comes to living, it's extremely expensive. However, saving money on things like accommodation, medicine, and even flights can help you to make a fortune in the end of the year. Fortunately, there aren't some strict requirements for ESL teachers. Just let your professional achievements be your advantages. So, ESL teachers in the United Arab Emirates may make something between $3,500 and $5,500 a month, whereas essential costs are about $1,800 a month. Delicious cuisine, blossoming trees, and friendly people attract ESL instructors to Japan. So the labor market here is quite competitive, so you need to prove your designation. And if you are an assertive candidate, you can count on not only high salary but also other benefits. The cost of living is really high, however, lucky candidates don't pay for housing. So you may expect to get paid from $2,000 to $5,000 a month, whereas your essential costs, including a flat, may be less than $1,000 a month. It's a calm and peaceful place for those who value historical places over modern ones. By the way, there are many educational and language institutions for adults in Germany, and there aren't some strict requirements you can't fit. When it comes to getting a work visa, you have to check everything in advance because some schools have additional questions for non-European citizens. And as we talk about Europe, don't expect to find a cheap place to live. So having a salary something between $4,500 and $4,700 a month, you may spend about $1,500 a month on necessary things. If a dry climate doesn't scare you on a way to a decent salary, probably Qatar will seem attractive for you. Thanks to diverse cultures and nationalities, you won't feel alone there. And by the way, there aren't some extraordinary requirements for ESL teachers. The cost of living is low in comparison with other countries. It means a good chance to put money by and indulge yourself. So ESL teachers in Qatar earn something between $2,400 and $4,400 a month, whereas essential costs are about $1,000 a month. You can follow your American dream and visit so many places. However, it's hard to deny that the United States of America has the highest cost of living in our list. And there are fat chances to get flight reimbursement or even food substitute. Also, it's highly unlikely to get some help from institutions in getting work visa. But don't be upset, all nations are eligible to do that. You just need to take into account everything that can help. And also, it's a good chance to get international experience working with people of different cultures and nationalities because public and language schools are everywhere and some of them provide trainings for teachers. So while you have a good salary such as $3,000 or $4,000 a month, it's highly unlikely to save much money because a half of it will be spent on necessities. A huge amount of language schools makes Kuwait a favorable spot for ESL teachers, so if you're looking for new emotions and new experience, give it a shot there. Also, it's a hustling and bustling place with many opportunities to earn tax-free money. There is a reasonable cost of living which allows to rent a flat and put money by. Also, getting a job isn't a complicated process as long as all requirements for ESL teachers are so clear. TEFL TESOL certification and several years of teaching experience are enough to prove your ability to teach people abroad. Most of ESL teachers make here something between $2,400 and $4,000 a month, whereas essential costs are about $1,300. The Arab world is famous for Oman, which is one of the most developed countries, and such a constant advance develops not only economy but also education system. That's why Oman is getting more appealing and competitive for ESL teachers, and there are many places to work. Also, a low cost of living will increase your saving and will help you to live your best life. So earning about $3,000 a month, you spend $600 on apartment and $300 on food and transport. A huge variety of workplaces is waiting for you in Taiwan. Also, there is a minimum wage such as $1,000 a month, depending on an institution. However, kindergartens, public and private schools are always in need of high qualified English teachers. Thanks to rational price on food and accommodation, you can save some money in the end of the month. Also, ESL teachers make $2,000 or $3,000 a month, whereas they spend only $500 on accommodation and $200 on food. As a neighbor of Japan, South Korea has similar work conditions to offer to English teachers. That is why it's so strange that this place is less popular in comparison with Japan. However, having $2,600 a month, you can count on free rent apartment and flight reimbursement. China is one of the most popular and attractive places in the world for intrepid travelers and ESL teachers. Also, the population is so big that it seems there is always lack of professional English teachers. Whether you have teaching experience or not, you have a chance to realize your potential and get international experience. Depending on a private or public school, you may expect to earn something between $1,500 and $2,300 a month. In addition, it's likely to get free rent housing and other benefits from an employer. This Asian country is famous for its exotic cuisine, welcoming people, and tropic climate. That is why there are no strict requirements for teaching in Vietnam. Also, as a bachelor's degree seems to be a necessity, TEFL TESOL certification might be an impressive part of your resume. An average salary in Vietnam isn't high as well as a cost of living. So your salary may change from $1,000 to $2,000 a month, whereas there are few employers who are ready to cover your housing expenses. Paris is so tempting, so many people leave everything just to watch it. In reality, it isn't as easy as it seems to be, because people from English-speaking countries and European Union citizens are given preference in terms of visa regulations. Also, in comparison with other countries that we've just discussed, there isn't need in English teachers in public schools or kindergartens, but if you are qualified and educated enough, you can teach business English in international companies. It is impossible to put money buy in France because this is almost the most expensive country in the world, so an average salary for ESL teachers in France is something between $800 and $2,000 a month, whereas an apartment rent will eat half of it. Thailand allows you to enjoy perpetual summer, exotic fruits, and smiling people. By the way, there are so many children who are keen on to learning English, so you can easily get a job. Fortunately, Thailand isn't such an expensive country, so you can have a decent salary and travel around. A teacher's salary in Thailand is about $1,300, whereas you spend about $300 on a flat and $200 on food. As long as ESL teachers are in demand in Spain, there are always many places to work. Another good news is there are so many programs to provide non-native English speakers with work. The cost of living depends on the city, however, it's quite challenging to save money here because an average salary for ESL teachers is something between $800 and $2,000 a month, whereas essential costs are about $1,000. Teaching English in Italy seems to be a dream till you start thinking on how to realize it. There aren't many public or private schools which are in need of ESL tutors, however, you can start teaching teenagers in summer camps. Similar to France, it's quite challenging to save money and live here at the same time because you can earn something between $900 and $1,500 a month, whereas you may spend half of this sum in a bedroom. There are so many opportunities to expand professional horizons being an English teacher. Unfortunately, there isn't the only formula to become a professional overnight because, as we've discussed, different countries have different requirements for ESL teachers. However, there is the one that you should definitely fit. Experience can help a lot, and there are many different ways how to get it quickly. However, it doesn't make any sense if you don't know how to teach people. So, TEFL TESOL certification will make a huge difference in your teaching process. During an online TEFL TESOL course, you will get significant knowledge about learning approaches, working with people of different ages, and making lesson plans. Now you have a chance to purchase it at a 50% discount. Go to our homepage, TEFLTESOLcertification.com, to get it. So I really hope that you found this video inspiring and instructive at the same time. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below. We will be glad to answer. And don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you the next time. Have a good day.